something I was watching your recap video to get a more full understanding of the situation, and you were answering a question about like, oh, did I drop the soap? And you said, no, all the prisons I went to, they all had their own showers.
Yeah.
And you like I guess it's like an understood thing when you go to prison. You're like, I was in medium, maximum, so we all had our own shower. Meanwhile, Kyle in minimum was showering in groups, like in a line. Is that how it is everywhere?
When I caught a violation, I went to a low security for the first time. This still wasn't a camp, so I'm not sure how they do it at camps, but at a low security, it was basically an open shower, but it had 6 like draw curtains. And you would have to wait in a line for it, but it wasn't like open where you were actually showering. Everywhere else that I went, though, had individual showers with some type of barrier or cloth for protection.
Yeah. We had like 4 or 5 stalls with like concrete walls that kind of went up to here on me, like 5 feet tall or so. And then a shower curtain you'd pull behind. No, I noticed that like the guys who'd done a lot of time wouldn't let anybody walk behind them. In the shower.
Yeah, you only make that mistake once, I
assume. They either want the corner one or they stand facing out. Yeah.
Well, like if you were walking out, like because you would announce it, like leaving, number 4 or whatever. Like now you got to walk behind this dude. I noticed he'd turn around, cover his dick and balls, and kind of wait till you'd pass. Like he wouldn't. He'd wait till like you had passed by him because he knew you were about to walk behind him and he's fucking naked. Maybe I stab him. It was weird that he had that muscle. Like he knows I'm not going to stab him, but it's weird that he still has that muscle memory from where he was before. It was it's interesting thing, but yeah, I was glad there wasn't like a big room with just like spigots coming out of the wall because that's what I assumed. I had prepared mentally for that.
That's what my high school shower was like. Just a chamber of hoses, basically.
Yeah, it's most of the places I went, it was more private than probably what like a high school gym has.
So tell me what I was surprised how big of a deal cleanliness was. It seemed like we did nothing but clean. We were just always cleaning, and it was like, I mean, we couldn't leave a little mess till morning,
right? Like just till tomorrow.
Everything was always so fucking clean. There's no dust in that place.
No, absolutely not. It's your living quarters, so people take it really seriously.
The big like floor buffers. The big like that you plug in the wall. That happens every day.
Literally every day.
Method of control at all? Like me telling you that you needed to keep your place so fucking spotless. Is that me like Dom subbing you?
For what it's worth, most of the time it's the inmates that care about the cleanliness so much.
I know that, but that's what I'm doing. I like alpha inmate saying, Josh, there's a speck of dust on your guardrail here. Go handle it.
I don't think so, man. In my personal opinion, I feel like they really do just get anal about it after a certain length of time. Like the life sentence guys that are in there, they think that the toilet should be spotless at all time. They bleach it. They wash their floor from it. They wash their clothes in it. Like the toilet is the number one most useful source of water for them. And they keep that shit completely spotless. And they don't want water around the sink. It's just a cleanliness thing. It'll drive them crazy. They got their whole life doing there a lot of times, And even I found myself eventually raising my standards of cleanliness a little bit, surprisingly.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. Like, I was never a neat freak.
Well, think about all the places that you spend your day, right? Like my day today has been sort of split up between my car and my chair in the backyard and my couch
bed and my gym is pretty much right.
All the places that I've been, but you just got that one place. You've just got that one place, that little room. So it ends up, I guess, being real clean. We use shampoo to mop the floors. You pay that guy a couple of bags of mackerel and he'd run the buffer through your room.
Yep.
I don't know how
Running a good hustle.
I don't know how he got control of the fucking machine.
The orderly for the unit.
That's what it is.
Yeah, his official job on the paper is orderly. Faith.
As far as like prison activities, I know you have cards and like shit like that. There's no like Risk or Monopoly.
Yeah. We had Risk and Monopoly, shit like that. Yeah, like Monopoly in particular, they played for money.
Yeah, Monopoly was a hot one. I stayed the fuck away from Monopoly. Dudes be getting stabbed over Monopoly, but just about they'll be screaming.
It was a real like chill group that played Monopoly.
If you land on a hoteled up boardwalk, there's real life ramifications.
There's some real life. You better have the money. You better forfeit or have the money.
That's a lot of max.
Yeah, exactly. That's a whole lot of mackerel in the locker, man. They're not playing around. I personally played mostly spades. I got a little bit into chess because I knew how the pieces move, but I was not on the par to be able to keep up with the guys in prison, believe it or not, that have been playing for 20 years, 30 years and reading books about it and stuff. Pretty much I was just playing music, man. And they have MP3 players for $90 and you pay $1.50 per song. I focused on my songs, learning how to play by ear, reading music theory. And unfortunately, I'm sad to admit that I watched every episode of the original season of Party Down South every Thursday on country music television. I don't know why. I don't
Never
like
even
reality
heard of that.
shows, and I don't like rednecks. It was Redneck Jersey Shore. And I
Ridiculous.
don't know why, but I watched it.
Ridiculousness on MTV got watched so fucking much.
That can be on the 24/7 playlist in jail and prison. Ridiculousness.
They all
Because
like that with that like skateboarder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does
Deerdeck.
he does like
Rob
basically
Deerdeck.
he
Yeah,
basically does videos that account to like funny internet videos, but he does it on television, right?
America's Funniest Home Videos, but
Yeah.
internet era.
Mhm.
They love that shit because they don't have a fucking laptop or phone.
Yeah.
for the
And so
most part,
meanwhile,
sitting on
Kyle,
Reddit.
you're sitting there like, I saw these memes 7 years ago, and they're losing their shit to like Charlie bit my finger in 2019.
I hated that shit so much. Like I didn't want to watch the news. I never understood watching the fucking local Birmingham news. Who fucking
It's out there.
cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Like I get the weather report. It'd be nice to know if it's hot tomorrow, but who fucking cares about the local like political race or the new car wash they're putting in? Like they'd be obsessed with that shit.
Yep.
It's like, dude, you got 7 more years. Like none of
And you're stressing on this daily news.
like, that guy will be retired by the time you get out. What the fuck?
Yeah, this doesn't affect you in the fucking slightest. Doing
But
like
I guess
this.
like any sort of feeling of connection to what's going on outside would be a little validating, right?
I guess maybe. I
To a
know I
certain
was
extent.
annoyed by there was a window you could look out of a whole. It wasn't just a window, like it was a big wall that was glass with like bars on it, but you could see the highway. You could see like the highway from there,
Ooh,
and you could see the cars going by,
treat.
and it was like wonder where they're going.
I can
Probably
only
somewhere
imagine.
cool.
They're probably going to the mall or something.
Man, I
sick.
bet
bet
they're
there's a
not
girl in
coming
that
here.
car.
Yeah,
I
he's
bet
gonna go
on
lift
news-
rocks and build those traps.
All he had was those medicine balls or whatever that he would tie in that sack around his waist, and then he'd just do pull-ups and dips and shit.
Yep.
You
We
can
didn't
get
really pretty
huge
far.
with nothing but pull-ups and dips.
Yeah, the weights there suck so bad. Like I said, it was rocks. It was rocks, and then we had a pole that you could put the rocks. You could put rocks in the laundry bags, the mesh bags, and then tie a bag to each end of a pole. And now you had
Dumbbell.
Now you have a bench press.
now you got a
Yep.
bench
Is
press, an
Joe-
overhead press. You can do curls. You know, you
Very
can do all
versatile.
sorts of things. Bent rows.
We filled up a bag
Josh,
with my Rolling
we're-
Stone magazines when I was in jail. And it weighed like 30 pounds. It was great.
Did you have access, Josh, to like a real gym ever?
Oh, no,
or
no, no,
was
no.
that kind of
At
thing?
the mediums,
Okay.
there's no free weights. You got like calisthenics only. So they had like a pull-up bar and a track on the rec yard. Everything else was up to you. It was filling up water bottles, putting them in the laundry bags, curling that, push-ups, burpees, and
was
running
the-
the track. There were no free weights. Now, at Butner, at the time that I was there, they did have free weights. I think it was the only or the last medium security that did have free weights, and I'm not sure if they still have them or not. I was there in 2014 very briefly.
This was a big political issue like 20 years ago. Like, so people who knew what they were doing, prison guards and such, wanted weight rooms. They were like, these weight rooms are incredibly important. Trust me, having big muscles is not really the point of prison, but we can discipline them. Like, they love the gym. So they will behave to keep their access to the gym. We can keep them all in line by threatening to remove their bench from them or whatever. But people who weren't in prison were like, they're coming out super criminals, jacked. and
They're coming out
scary."
super strong, super criminals. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't roll your eyes though; they do come out huge.
That's true.
Yeah, but they
Like,
come out
anybody,
disciplined.
Anybody who's ever like I just remember like it was just a known thing when I was a kid. Like somebody get out of prison and they'd be like, "Did you see Joey? He got out. He's fucking
He's huge."
And you'd
Yeah.
be like,
He's fucking huge.
you'd be like, what do they do to him in there?
Like, I think it's a legit question. Like, is someone more likely to rob a liquor store because now he has deltoids?
Right.
Well, that's that. I mean, maybe not rob a liquor store, but maybe beat his wife to death this time because
Yeah.
He could have done that
because
without
the
the
state
delts.
has been hooking him up with nothing but free time, whey protein, and a bench press.
all he needs.
And the memories of that bitch and how she called the cops on him.
And now he did 5 years thinking about it every day, making
I'm
that
way
face
too
right
young
there.
to remember what you're referring to, Woody, but that makes 1,000,000% sense. Like, from your guys' perspective, like if they had a full gym and they're like, if you guys misbehave and do XYZ or anybody does, you lose access to this functional trainer and this bench press setup. Like, you would probably, or I imagine prisoners would be a little more stringent about like, what the fuck is wrong with you? We're going to lose
Yeah.
our bench press.
Yeah, they do that already. They self-regulate if there's a chance of losing a privilege about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guy that fucks it up is going to get fucked up.
Oh, you don't want to be the guy in prison that ruins the gym.
Yeah,
too.
one time I almost got a shook down, and I was warned within an inch of my life that if it would have been a shakedown, it was going to be my ass. Not that context, my ass. Don't worry.
How did you almost trigger a shakedown?
I was late. I was brand new to the prison. I'd been there for like 2 days, and I didn't know it was time for the stand-up count. And so I was over fucking with the phone trying to call my mom, and I didn't realize they had called the count, and everybody was standing outside of their cell lined up. And then I hear
exact same thing.
B range, and I was like, oh, shit, and sprinted over there and got there just in the nick of time before the dude rounded the bend and saw where I was, which would have got our whole row shook down. And there were
somebody came and got me. Somebody came and got me out of the phone room. I didn't know. I'd been there for like 3 days. I didn't know what time they fucking.
Yeah, same. I just had no idea. Nobody told me about what time the count was going to be or anything like that. And I barely made it back. And they were like, just so you know, that guy, if you're not in position, he shakes down the whole block. Your ass would have been grass if you got this whole block shook down. So, yeah, one inmate fucking it up for everybody. You'd be surprised that the self-regulation would go on. Having access to a gym would definitely be a big motivation for people to not do dumb shit in there.
And there's something special about the gym where I don't want to lose access, right? Like if I lose access to the TV for 4 days, then I just suffer for 4 days. If I have to like go backwards in the gym, like that sucks in a special way.
And you get that natural dopamine from working out.
Mm-hmm.
And you release some stress, right? It's good for mental health all around. The only problem is if somebody kills somebody with some of the equipment, obviously,
which has happened.
Which has happened, unfortunately. And that Stallone movie that we all saw. And but I think it would have been nice to have had something to do. There was just that track. And they had the elliptical machine that wasn't connected to anything.
Yeah, it's self-powered.
So
there's no resistance.
You're just doing this.
You're just doing that.
There's nothing holding you back.
Same thing with the treadmill. There's no engine in the treadmill. It's just like you have to push on the bars and push the track with your feet.
You need a partner behind you who's also getting a workout by breaking you.